Okay, so I just received this package about a half hour ago. Came UPS on USPS. Sorry, Amazon. Put this order in Friday, so we'll see what came. It's always a surprise. I'm supposed to have 2 packages from 2 different things, so I wonder if it's all in one box. We'll find out. Oh my God. That's way too small. It's supposed to be 2.5 inches. Alright, I gotta send that back. That's wrong. Alright. I gotta look at the ad. See if it's right or wrong. Alright, here's the other 2. I got 2 fans. These look correct. So we got mounting holes, and then we have their way of mounting it, which we're not using. So, one will go right here perfectly. Wow, I got mountains of room over here. Perfect. This is going to work out mint. This is going to work out mint. Alright. We got our fans. Those are right. Oh, I can't believe they sent me that. They got some hardware stuff here that you push through the radiator and then use these black washer things. I'm not doing that. With these springs, not doing it. I've seen too many radiators come leaking from that. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to put a strip of aluminum across, or 2 strips of aluminum across, and we're going to use these mounting holes. My buddy Max I used to work with, he had a BMW, and we put electric fans in his BMW, and he had an aftermarket aluminum radiator in it, and we took 2 strips of aluminum across the front of the back of the radiator, and we mounted both fans to them. So from side to side, it worked out, really well. So how do these things work? Oh well, we'll find out. I'll just trigger them on. Okay. Anyway, I gotta go look at my ad and see if that's what I ordered like a dumbass. I doubt it though, because I know I looked at it and it was 2.5 inch, not 30 millimeter. So I'll call them today or tomorrow. Okay, so next project. We're gonna try and get those electric fans mounted. The sides of the radiator here are plastic. They're like a plastic end cap that bolts to the side of the radiator. We are going to self-tap into that plastic. We'll try. There is some aluminum involved that those caps slide into, like this. So I think we'll be okay if I self-tap into those end pieces. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, which I can't believe I got a piece of 1 inch by 1/8 inch aluminum. I'm going to put a strip across the radiator and put 2 of them. 1 high and 1 low. And then I'm going to mount the radiators to those 2 strips. So let me get some pieces cut and I'll show you them. And then we'll drill them and we'll mount the radiators to them. And then we'll drop them in and we'll mark where we have to self-tap the radiator. So pause you and we'll get to it. Okay, so I got my 2 pieces cut. It's 25 inches total. I want to I went over a little bit just for grinding's sake, and have a little bit more material when I drill a hole on it. So that looks absolutely perfect. Just like that. Okay, and then down here we got bigger area to go into. So I'm gonna get these marked and drilled for our fans to go to these. I got hardware here. I'll show you what that hardware is when we get to it. Okay, so I got TV on, so that's in the background. But so what I got here for hardware is I got carriage bolts, 1/4 inch carriage bolts. I drilled the holes in here, not 1/4 inch, but a little bit bigger. So you got the carriage bolt shank there. You see the square part of the shank? So what I'm gonna do is I use a socket. I put the carriage bolt in like this, okay? And I put the socket behind it, right? And then I put it in the vise like this, and I press it in to the steel, into the aluminum. So now they're fixed. They're like studs. And then the fan will mount to here. So let me press all these in and I'll take you to the next step. Okay, so I got the 2 fans mounted. That's how they're mounted. Okay, to the bracing. It's rather rigid, which is good. I used washers, lock washer, and nut, obviously. Carriage bolts on the back side. Now I noticed, now this is going to hold this away from the radiator about 1/8 inch. But this is almost like 1/8 inch, so that might be touching the cores. I don't know, I don't think it will, but it could be close. In the bag of stuff that they sent with us, the stuff that I'm not using, they wanted you to put these squares in these rod things here and then push them through the radiator, and then you use these retaining washers, and it's like a round zip tie. We're not going to use that stuff, but we are using one thing out of here. We're going to use these foam blocks. Reason being, because I don't know how close it is going to be to the radiator, and I don't want these to wear through one of the cores. So we're going to take that, put that right there. That right there. Right there. Right there. We got 8 carriage bolts, and they gave, actually we got 16 of these little square foam thingamadiggers. Wow, and they are sticky. I'll tell you that. They're sticky as all can be. Alright. And 8. Alright, so now I'm going to test fit it, and then I'll try and get the camera in there so you can see what's going on when I go to install it. I'm still mocking stuff up, so I'll be right back with you. Okay, so we got the fans mounted right there, over there. Let's see what you got there. See, double fans. We'll hook one up to the low speed which will be, this guy will be low speed, and then when it gets to a certain degree, the second one will kick on, which obviously will be the high speed setting, double the cooling. So, okay, that's another project done. The fans are mounted.